Plainclothes police brought someone into custody for a drug-related offence, and she was in a plastic handbag.
The worrying thing for me straight away is the fact it's a 30-degree day outside. It must have been at least 40 inside this bag, yet this little puppy is shivering. For her to go through this today, it's really going to push her to the limits.
At the Bondi Clinic, Senior Constable Jackie Largo from the King's Cross Police Station has arrived with a very unusual detainee.
Plainclothes police brought someone into custody for a drug-related offence, and she was in a plastic handbag.
You're a fright little thing, aren't you? Little girl.
I've taken the dog off her just because she was too drug-affected to look after it, so it just wouldn't be responsible to leave the dog with her.
You gonna come clean?
Police believe the person they arrested is not the owner of the puppy, but how the pup ended up in a plastic handbag is a mystery.
You put her under serious interrogation so far?
Well, no, she refused to be electronically interviewed, so obviously she's executed her right to silence and not say anything.
Going on her teeth, she hasn't started losing her baby teeth yet, so she's probably only about 12 weeks.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty young.
Yeah. Too young to be hanging out in the cross, huh?
She does feel quite warm. So you said
she has been shivering, she has been shaking. We've offered her water, but she hasn't really had anything to drink, but she has been shivering the whole time.
Yeah, which is strange because she's actually really hot. The worrying thing for me straight away is the fact it's a 30-degree day outside. It must have been at least 40 inside this bag, yet this little puppy is shivering.
You know there's a bowl full of it there.
When they're that young, they have this really poor ability to keep their own body temperature in the normal range. They overheat very quickly and they get cold very quickly. So for her to go through this today, it's really going to push her to the limits. Her temperatures are just on that upper end of normal there. So
okay.
She's certainly warm, but it's not to the stage where we need to be worried about,
oh, good.
her being affected by heat stroke or anything like that. I'm just going to scan her for a microchip. So, I mean, it says it all, no ID found. It's upsetting to think that there's an owner out there that knows she's missing but has absolutely no way of finding out where she's gone. Without that microchip, all you can do is hope. This one hurts.
She may not like it, but this microchip will ensure the puppy's identity is never a mystery again.
Yeah, it's okay. It is. It's going to be all right.
But there's still one last thing this little girl needs, and that's a name.
Famous girl in the cross. A little Tilly.
Tilly? Could be Tilly.
She looks pretty divine. Tilly Devine was an infamous madam at the King's Cross during the 1920s, and since this little puppy was found in the cross and has had her run-ins with the police, I just reckon the two have a fair bit in common. So what you're saying is you're transferring custody over to me?
That's correct. No death on custody on my shift.
No pressure. We've recorded no conviction, you know. I spoke to Constable Jackie. Everything is so up in the air, so really all we can do at the moment is show her some love. You gonna be okay? Oh, don't make that face. Show her what care is all about. And hopefully, in the meantime, we'll get some more answers. Oh, don't make that face.
And Tilly, while you're eating, it's probably time to talk about your custody arrangements because Jackie never really said where you had to be held in custody, did she? I've got some ideas. And Till, happy to say you're the first girl from the cross that I've actually brought home here. But you need to know something. I'm actually not in charge here, all right? There's someone you'd probably refer to as the prison warden in here.
George and Tilly have a lot in common. George was rescued by the police. He was dumped in a cage in the ocean down at Bondi. So the problem we've got right now is the fact that we're battling hypothermia and was rushing to me late one night essentially blew. He nearly drowned. And so it was the police that saved his life. And with little Tilly, it's the police that saved her life as well. George, that's not a welcome. He's gone. Till, don't take it too personally. He was like that with me when he first met me too. And we get along fine. Wink. No. What are you doing? Yeah, I know. You never do this. No. George, sort that out. Sort it out. You're in charge around here. Sort this out. George. You're just going to stand there and watch it. I really should have thought about this more, shouldn't I? George is proof that even if you do have a rough start or a rough patch in your life, then with a bit of love and a bit of care, things can turn around. Can you sense the distance between us? It could be about as close as we're going to get. He's not thrilled.
Later that week at the clinic, while Tilly's having a little nap,
Thank you. Okay, bye.
there's a welcome phone call for Chris.
That was Constable Jackie from King's Cross Police. So an owner has come forward, contacted them, who apparently owns Tilly. So she's coming in now. I don't really know much information about her. The police are happy for her to pick her up. And if they're happy, then I'm happy. Got someone here for you.
Hello, Abby.
It's Abby.
Yeah, Abby.
I've been calling her Tilly.
Hello, beautiful.
Oh, she's happy to see you.
It's been horrible. We're so worried about her. Yeah, I'm so happy to have her home. She's safe and well.
This is the first time I've seen her really just truly content.
But just how Tilly ended up in the cross in that plastic handbag remains a mystery.
A friend had her for the morning and then some problems happened and they lost her.
As for the person who was found with Tilly, police have decided not to press charges.
Considering everything that Tilly's been through, it's really nice to know that she has an owner that loves her, and she's going home with her. And, you know, sometimes, as Tilly knows, what happens in the cross stays in the cross.
I'm Dr. Kate Adams and welcome to Bondi Pet, a new destination for pet health and well-being. Our site is filled with everything to fulfill your pet's needs so that you can make healthy choices for your pets.
Here we are.
Long-time clients Darren and Pam have just arrived at the Richmond practice with an adorable 8-week-old surprise.
Hi, who's this?
This is our new arrival, Barkley.
Oh my goodness me, you're so gorgeous. Hello, handsome. Hello, have you come to see Uncle Scott?
Barkley is cute, and I can see we're going to get a lot of attention when we're walking him down the street, so...
Hello, mates! Oh my goodness! So today in walked some real friends of the practice, and in their arms the cutest little wrinkly ball of fur in the form of Barkley, the British bulldog.
Okay, excuse me everyone, I just need a moment. Oh, he is gorgeous! Wow, well look, I'm sure that you have lots of things to chat to me about with this guy, so why don't you come into the console? Oh, cuddle time. Come on, come on.
I find it very sweet that, Darren, you've chosen a dog that doesn't look dissimilar to your good self.
I'm glad someone agrees with me.
Yeah, dogs got to look like their owners.
Yeah, they do. They really do. I mean, he's fabulous. Let's just pop him on the table and have a little look at this champion fellows. So it's been a while since I've seen you guys, because obviously last year, was it that we lost Bilbo, wasn't it?
Last year,
George in January.
Darren and Pam have been through a real heartache of late. They lost 2 cats within 6 months, Bilbo and George, both amazing cats with huge personalities. And so this time around, you've gone for A wrinkly dog.
Yeah, no, everybody thought that we couldn't replace the cats yet because we're such animal lovers. We had to get one, so we got you, didn't we? Yeah.
We had a great lot of years with those cats. It still hurts now.
But Barkley helped mend this big softy's heart. Today, the puppy just needs a vaccination and worming.
Oh, brave boy, brave boy. All right, let's have a little look at your teeth. Looking good. It's got a slightly overshot jaw, so you can just see, you like that, hey? It helps with the accent, hey? He's going down the pub. Going down the pub with his mates. Gonna go down the pub with Dad and have a beer. Yeah.
He likes the sound of that, don't you?
You like the sound of that?
Yeah.
Do you? Do you? But it shouldn't be a problem. No. I don't see that being an issue whatsoever, and a lot of this breed has that issue. But otherwise, he's a very, very healthy chap.
Yeah.
Aren't you? Barkley's a happy, healthy little guy, and he is going to be much loved here in the practice. Every single member of my team knows Pam and Darren very, very well, and they're all exceptionally happy to see them with a new puppy.
It's all done. We managed to prize him off Scott.
I didn't think he'd get him back. I didn't think he'd get him back.
His first injection. Bringing our new dog up here, it was like bringing it up to show the family, our new member, our new arrival. We wanted to share it with them, and we know he's going to get really well looked after.
Got a little puppy pack.
Thank you very much.
You like that? You like it even more than that, don't you? Thanks a lot.
Lovely.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye then. Bye.
Find it relaxing here, don't you?
Good boy.
Get those eyes sorted.
2 days later, and there's a surprise visitor at the practice. Little Barkley is back, and the puppy has a problem.
We discovered that a little, like pea-shaped, red pea-shape had come out in the corner of his eye and was getting bigger, and within a couple of days, the other one popped out. So it was really quite alarming because, you know, it looked like it really irritated.
Hello, guys.
Hi, hello.
How are you?
Okay.
Hello, champ. Goodness me, look. Have you been having a fight down the pub? Have you? Hey?
Not quite yet, but we've promised him you can sort it, Scott.
Oh, I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can. Oi, you will fight down the pub, won't you?
Make him even more
you
handsome again.
Yeah. All right. Well, you come in. Let's have a chat about it, and I'm sure that I can sort it. Come on in.
Brilliant. Thank you.
I mean, look, it's pretty clear that this is what the slang is called cherry eye. I suppose what looks like two little cherries in the corners of each eye. There's basically a large gland in the third eyelid, which is the one that goes across the eye to protect it, and it gets swollen, and then it basically prolapses, sort of rolls out, and then looks like that.
It's a shame, really. You know, you get your new puppy, and then you've got something like this going on. You know, that's what comes with having an animal. You take on everything that comes with it.
This is a very severe case, and it's in both eyes.
Yeah.
And I think really in this instance that we do need to look to surgery to get the result we want. The surgery to correct cherry eye is a fairly simple one. It involves pulling out the third eyelid, and then under that we'll see this gland that's enlarged. What I do is make two little incisions on either side of it, make a little pocket down that incision, pop the gland back in with some stitches, and then let the third eyelid go. And what that should hopefully achieve is a gland that's nicely tucked away in the corner of the eyes, and the redness goes away. The thing is, unfortunately, is that if we don't do something with this now, it could affect his entire life.
So it's
And whilst he is young and he still loves us, I think it's the best time to just get it done and allow you all to move on. Now, it's always concerning for any parent of a youngster to have them knocked out under a general anaesthetic because we just don't know how they're going to react. And of course, they're a baby, they're an infant, so they're very delicate. I know how much Darren and Pam love Barkley, and I really want the best for this puppy. So this anaesthetic will go well, and I'll make sure that it goes well. But of course, there's always risks.
You just wish you could have the operation for him.
Yeah, you're a good boy.
Well, what makes it easy is having a trust in your vet. And Scott is absolutely blind, and I think he does a cracking job, so you know he's going to be looked after.
Exactly.
Well, you say bye to Mummy and Daddy, okay? Come on then.
Come on then.
Say goodbye to Mummy. Good boy.
You'll be fine. Get lots of treats when you get home. Yes. Thank you.
What a
so
day.
much. Thank you.
There you go. All right. It's a real shame that we're going to have to knock out and perform surgery on such a small dog, but this is a condition that will plague him for life. And if we can fix it right now, then he'll get a perfect result and he won't have any after effects. So it's absolutely worth the risk. It doesn't stop it though from being a very worrying time for the owners.
He'll be all right, won't he?
Yeah, sorted. Yeah, no problems.
Nathan, get a load of this boy. Oh, look at that. Is he a champ?
Look at all those wrinkles.
No. Okay, let's get those eyes sorted out, shall we? Our main focus today is maybe not so much on the surgery, which I feel fairly confident about. It's more the anaesthetic. There we go. Good lad. I know that Nathan is watching Barkley today like a hawk. He has lost a puppy himself under anaesthetic. He knows how upsetting and tragic it is, and so I know I've got my best man on the job today. Be gentle with my guy. No? Look after him.
So Sasha, unfortunately, she fell down a ditch and broke a few of her toes, which she needed pinning back together. But during the anaesthetic, there's a few complications, and unfortunately, she didn't survive. So I'm really aware of what it's like when we have young patients, just to be extra vigilant, because I don't want that to happen to anyone else.
Okay. So seems nice and comfortable. Anaesthetic's going well, so we'll crack on with the surgery.
Vet nurse Sam is also assisting, monitoring Barkley's vital signs.
So I've just placed the stay sutures there, made into both corners of the third eyelid, so exposing that big, very swollen gland. So your job today is to be holding those two things up. Poor old Nath had the glorious job of holding Barkley's eyelids, and it's a job that means that he has to stand still for a long period of time in a very awkward position. There's many parts to this procedure, but the one that's really annoying is making the incisions. You've got to make them at just the right depth, but not too deep to cut through the eyelid itself. And we're talking a few millimeters. So it is slow, painstaking work.
When Scott's silent in surgery, you know that he's really concentrating, and you probably noticed it was dead silent.
I've just made a little pocket for my gland, and now I'm going to be placing a suture which will hopefully tuck it back in and have it sitting nicely in the corner of the eye. I'm always a perfectionist when it comes to surgery. I just want to get it absolutely right. You know, it's so important that this comes together and it comes together well. I want the best for Barkley. It doesn't stop it being bloody frustrating and annoying. It will come together and it will be perfect. So that's the first one done. Okay, already we can see that that has gone back in there quite nicely. When you are dealing with a sharp implement right near an important structure, like an eye, you better make sure you get it right. Thank you. Do you look fine? I think it's fine. Fine. All right.
Should I switch them on?
Let's wake this guy up. Yep. It's a funny noise, isn't it? It's a massive relief to see him recover from the anaesthetic, and that's all down to the great nurses. So very lucky to be surrounded by good people, and so is Barkley. Good boy, Barkley. You've done very well. Good boy. Let's have a look. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. And get even better given a few days, won't it? It's great that Barkley's woken up so well. He's already eaten a little bit for me. His eyes are looking good, and he's got the unfortunate cone of shame on, which he's not that impressed about, but I'm pretty happy with my results. Let's see where they are. Hi!
Oh, hello. Hi, Scott. Look at you. Oh, Scott has looked after you. Well, look what he's done to you. Look at those beautiful eyes.
nice. You've been taken
What do you
well
think?
care of.
Oh, perfect.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Scott's done a fantastic job, as we knew he would. So always knew he was in safe hands, but even so, you can't wait to see him, know he's all right, know he's healthy, eating. His eyes look great, and we've got our little bundle of joy back, so ecstatic, yeah.
The more he's woken up, the better it's looking, and obviously it's swollen now, so it looks the worse it will be. Given a few days, it'll just keep getting better and better.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But he's been such a brave little boy, and unfortunately he has to wear the cone of shame. He has to do that because he can scratch at the sutures in both of those eyelids, so we need to make sure that he can't do that. So that's why there's the cone of shame, hey? I'm very happy with the result that I've got with Barkley today, but I'm not so happy to hand him back. He is so gorgeous. There you go, better give you back to Daddy. Hey, begrudgingly. Back to Daddy.
Here we go, little fella.
We'll still bring him back to visit.
Oh, please do.
He actually looks the right picture now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Absolutely great. Yeah, can't wait to get him home.
So thank you
Lovely.
so
Bye,
much.
guys.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Barkley.
Oh, I can't wait to get you home, mister.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's just a bit sad. Yeah, not usually like this. Are you, buddy?
Sarah has come into Sash with 4-month-old Yoda, alarmed that the young pup has been vomiting and has diarrhoea.
Poor little Yoda, he's just been really sick on the stomach, just not as excited as what he usually is. He's usually really excitable and bouncy, and just none of that for the past couple of days, not wanting to eat or drink, just, yeah, not himself.
Dr. Laura Musgrove will be the emergency vet treating the little Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
Hi, I'm Laura. How are you? Laura. And who is this?
Yoda.
Hi, Yoda. Oh, that's nice. Are you excited to see me? Oh dear, he's looking a bit sorry for himself.
Yeah, he's not feeling too good.
Not feeling too good, buddy. Yoda is a Black and Tan Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and to me, they're just my favourite dogs in the whole world. They hold a very special place in my heart because my late dog was also a Black and Tan Cavvy. So when I see him, I see a lot of her in him, and it just brings all those emotions back. Would you want to come through with me and we'll have a little chat and see if we can work out what's going on?
Wonderful.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's go. Thank you.
Okay, come on then. Yoda's looking pretty flat right now for a puppy. I'd expect him to be bouncing around, so he's really feeling quite sorry for himself, and I think it's quite important that we get to the bottom of this really quickly.
The family has had the mischievous pup for just 6 weeks.
Bit scared that he may have eaten something he shouldn't have. Yesterday when we got home, we'd had the lounge cushions from the outdoor furniture, and he'd practically tore one of them up. It was from one end of the house to the other.
Do you know what's inside?
It's like foam.
Like foam, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay, well, let's have a little look at him. Do you think you can wake up, Yoda?
I know.
It's time to have a little look. I'm going to do a physical exam on Yoda. Really, I'm going to be concentrating on what it feels like in his abdomen, if there's any pain there, and also we'll be checking his temperature because that will also give me an indicator if we've got an infectious cause of his diarrhoea and his sickness.
He has been whimpering.
Okay.
When he was laying on the lounge, he was kind of whimpering every time he moved.
Okay.
So
You're not a happy puppy, are you?
No.
Not a happy boy. Oh. Looked like he was gonna vomit then, didn't he?
He's not feeling good, I know that.
No. He's actually not uncomfortable in there,
No.
which is good.
Yeah.
Can we just stand up, little man, so I can have a proper feel? I know it's hard work standing up, isn't it? Yoda has had diarrhea and sickness, and anything could have caused that, particularly because he's been eating a sofa. You know, we're worried that there might be an obstruction there, but we can't rule out other causes, such as parvovirus, because of his age and because he's not fully vaccinated. He's not sore at all.
No.
You know what's coming next? It's the temperature time.
Oh.
Yes, it is. Don't look at me now. He's not going to want to stay with me after this. Can we just stand you up? Stand your little bottom up. All right, my flower. Good boy. Not even resisting that too much, are you, sweetie? Hey? So when dogs swallow things that they shouldn't, really they can get stuck anywhere along their gastrointestinal tract. So the next step for him is we're going to take some pictures of his abdomen and see if we can see any foam lurking around. So I'll pop him in this one up here.
Sarah will have to say a reluctant goodbye so Laura can carry out tests on the little pup in the hope of finding out why he's going downhill.
Look. Love you. See you tomorrow. Okay. Love you, buddy. Okay. Gonna lay down?
Okay, little one.
Okay, sweetie. Love you, mate. That was really hard. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that having him for 6 weeks and then having to leave him. So yeah, that's pretty hard. Yeah, not nice.
No tears?
Yep. No, I'm okay. Bye, mate. Come on then.
Come on, Mr. Yoda, let's see what you've been doing.
Oh.
Okay. What have you been chewing?
What have you been chewing?
Oh, you're lucky you're very cute.
Let's hope there's nothing in there, little pal, hey?
Good boy.
Come on
Let's go
then.
and see what we can
Come on.
find.
Little furniture eater Yoda is about to be x-rayed to see if there's any sign of the foam stuffing from the chewed up family sofa.
Very brave.
You're very brave. It's time to lay on this table for us now. When dogs eat things that they shouldn't, it depends on the size of the object, but ultimately it could get stuck anywhere along their gastrointestinal tract. Sometimes they pass it, sometimes they don't, and in that case, we're gonna have to go in and operate. Okay, all good?
All good?
Okay.
Well, just turn the light up so it's beautiful. Lovely.
Vet nurse Mark is assisting Dr. Laura Musgrove with the tests.
Happy? All good? Cool. Perfect. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Okay, it's not looking horrific, which I'm really pleased about. There's nothing really obvious there. There's no foam. We've got a bit of gas. Yeah, maybe in his colon. It's always difficult to tell when it's bundled up like that, and you can see the same here. It's really difficult with foam because, it's not a solid object, so it may not show up. Yeah.
With no definitive conclusion from the x-ray, Laura wants to see if a virus may be causing Yoda's symptoms.
Particularly because of his age and his vaccination status, I am quite worried about him having parvovirus. And this is a really dangerous virus that's highly contagious. And in the worst case scenario, they can die from it, generally because they get so dehydrated and so poorly very quickly. Oh, be a brave little boy. Oh, I know. Oh, well done. Okay, so we've just done the snap test for the parvovirus. So what I've done is just put a few drops into this little test here, and now we have to wait 5 minutes for the results to come through.
While waiting for the test results, Laura is anxious to start prepping Yoda for a drip so she can get him onto rehydrating fluids as soon as possible.
Okay, guys. So we're all good. It's a negative for parvovirus, so that is actually a really good sign. So I think we'll just get him on the fluids and let's see how he goes.
Okay.
Okay? Thank goodness for that. No. Don't go eating that. That's how you got here in the first place, eating things you shouldn't. Yoda. I can tell why you ripped up the lounge. Look at you, you're a little naughty boy, aren't you? Naughty boy.
Yoda has been on fluids overnight after a nasty bout of vomiting and diarrhoea.
Come on then. Let's have a little look at you and see if you can go home. Oh boy. Yoda's looking much brighter this morning. He seems to have done really well overnight. So I'm going to give him one last check over and hopefully we can send him home. Let's have a little feel. Don't go eating that. Naughty. That feels fine, doesn't it? Hey? Are we much happier? Do you want some food? Hey, should we try some food? What have we got? Gently. Good boy. Is that nice? A little bit more. You ready? Good boy. Much happier, aren't you? Hey? Don't Yoda is so much brighter this morning. He's all wagging his tail and giving me kisses, aren't you? Puppies are pretty good. Like, they can look terrible 1 second, and then with the right treatment, they can bounce back really quickly. You know, they feel everything so much more than an adult dog, but I'm really happy with him, and I think it's time we get him back to his mom and his brothers and get him home. Yeah? Come on, then. Come on. Boy. Oh, cutie pie.
Yoda has a very excited welcoming committee.
It was actually really strange not having Yoda at home last night, so we're just excited to be taking him home. But I don't think Yoda has learned his lesson. He's a chewer, so I think he'll keep doing that, but it's going to be up to us to make sure that he doesn't have anything to chew.
Oh, hi. Who are you two? Are you Yoda's brothers?
Yes.
Yeah. Look at him. Have you missed him? Give him a kiss. Yeah? Oh, that's nice. Come and see him. You're going to come and say hello? He's not been very well, has he? There you go. Gonna give him a kiss. There you go. Yeah. Oh, big kisses. It's so nice seeing Yoda back with his big brothers. Like, they clearly love him. They're giving him lots of kisses and hugs. It's just the sweetest thing to see, and I'm so happy that I can send him home for more of that.
Well, thank you so very much.
Honestly,
we
my absolute
appreciate
pleasure.
everything that you've done.
Honestly, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Just make sure we don't see him back too soon.
Yeah.
For the wrong reasons, anyway.
Exactly. All right.
Come on then, Yoda. On a scale of 1 to 10 of cuteness, I think Yoda is like a 20. He is off the scale cute. I just want to eat him up.
Can't wait to get him home. Hey, you excited?
Puppies today? No, I'm sort of excited and nervous. Very nervous.
At St Margaret's in southwest London, Scott's practice manager Maz and his wife Zoe are on a very important house call.
Hello! Hey guys!
Zoe and Maz are also sisters and here to adopt 2 puppies, a boy and a girl.
Come on, puppy. Okay, you better come in before they come out.
It's an emotional day for the puppy's mother, Bonnie, and Bonnie's owner, Sophie.
You've caught them in a more active stage now.
Who helped Scott bring the 6 puppies into the world after an emergency caesarean section.
And what you're going to do is you're going to rub it really firmly on the chest, okay, really firmly, and stimulate.
I've never done anything so terrifying in my life. 6 breathing puppy!
Hey, good job, well done. Hello, gorgeous.
With such an unexpectedly large litter, Scott decided the Millers would add another member to their family.
What's going on down there? Oh, I just wanted to go.
I think a part of Bonnie is ready to let them go now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're quite rough and tumble around her. So you've come to save the day.
This one?
So this one is yours, I think.
Oh, hello, darling. What are you waiting for?
Baby, hello, baby, hello. Oh, hello.
Maz was completely in love with her puppy from the second she saw him, because there was this real sort of nose-to-nose sort of kissing, licking moment. It was like, get a room, guys. So, yeah, it was very, very cute.
You're having a little sleep.
It's
my kind of puppy. Likes an afternoon nap. I'll miss them so much. I'll miss them so much. I'll just miss their little bodies, their funny hoppity-skippity running across the kitchen. They're just so naturally happy. It's amazing.
Hey, bye, Mama.
Right.
Bye,
Bye,
Mama.
Thanks, Mum. Bye, darling. Bye, darling.
Thank you, Auntie Sophie.
Have a lovely life.
We promise we'll look after them, Bonnie, OK? We'll love them very much, just as you've done. Yeah, we will.
Just checking them over.
Oh,
I promise.
Can I say bye-bye? Bye-bye, Mummy.
They're going, Bonnie. It is quite hard to hold her and see her watching them go out of the house.
Bye, Bonnie. Come on, little
They're
girl.
going now, Bonnie.
Not only are the puppies leaving their mum today, they're also being separated for the very first time.
Yes. Say bye-bye. See you soon. Bye, broski. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Zoe's now taking her pup home to a very excited family.
Walking through the door with the puppy is going to be unbelievable. The girls know the puppy's coming home today, so I'm gonna have to make sure we dial down the crazy slightly as I walk in the house to make sure the puppy doesn't go, no thanks, I'm out of here. There's some people waiting to see you.
At the Miller household, Scott has finally managed to get away from work and is now trying to keep his two little girls, Summer and Quinn, under control. They've been counting down the hours to meet their new puppy.
I know, well, look who I brought. Hey! No, it's our little puppy.
The girls are so excited. They're so happy to see her. She's such a friendly, happy little thing, and I just know she's going to be so well loved.
It's so cuddly.
I know, I think she likes
cool.
She is cool, she is very
cool.
What are we going to call her?
My kids are never short on ideas or words, and the list of names that they came up with was fairly comprehensive.
How about Skull Crusher?
Oh, that's a good name for a little white fluffy dog.
I am not yelling Skull Crusher across the
It does toughen her up for a bit.
I'll vote Scully. Okay,
Scully?
I'll vote Scully.
Scully it is.
Yay!
But now the moment Scott's been worried about.
Let's introduce him to Betty. Yes.
His 10-year-old Border Terrier Betty is still recovering from spinal surgery. He's concerned she will feel displaced by the new arrival.
Betty, this is your new little sister.
Betty is my little girl. She's my baby. I had it before I was married, before I met Zoe, before we had the kids. So I need to make sure that she is looked after and that she isn't going to be too upset by this. And she is a social dog. She does like other dogs. And I have a feeling that this little one will bring a little bit of spark back to my beautiful dog. Yeah, it's a beautiful, comfy bed you've made, isn't it?
Yeah.
After such a big day leaving her mum and siblings, it's time for Scully to settle in for the night.
Here you go, babe, I just grabbed it out of the car.
Nice.
So to make sure it doesn't feel too foreign to her, we got the blanket that she's going to be sleeping with and rubbed it all over Bonnie, the mum dog, still feeding.
Smells like her.
Does
Perfect.
It? Oh, fingers crossed she's going to at least feel a little reassured. I think this is one very tired little monkey.
Come on, Skullston.
I have complete dread when it comes to crate trading this puppy. Betty was an absolute nightmare and screamed like a banshee for about 5 days. What do you think of your new little sister? Hey, isn't she gorgeous? But it was certainly a very good introduction into parenthood. So we are used to getting up early. I can't look any more tired. All right, let's let her have a rest. It's the first morning, and our little lady here is settling in quite well.
Next day at the Miller's house, the newest family member, Scully, is proving to be a perfect baby. Every moment of the puppy's life is being captured on home video.
Amazingly enough, Scully was completely silent all night. So often puppies show a level of separation anxiety when they go to their new home for the first time, and that's why the first night can be quite monumental in all the bad ways. They can cry for hours on end, they can sort of scratch at the cage, they can even injure themselves if they get upset enough. Just the fact that we'd had a good night's sleep without another thing waking us up in the middle of the night was incredible.
She's so clever.
And everyone in the whole family, including Scully, is getting on brilliantly.
My name's Scully.
She was a very good girl, Quinn. Did you know that? The kids seem to absolutely adore her already. The cat hasn't eaten her, and nor has the dog. So far, perfect puppy.
We have a big bull mastiff and he bit Napoleon and just threw him to one side.
At Sash, 9-week-old Napoleon is in agony after suffering shocking facial injuries.
You could tell that he'd been hurt because he'd scream like a little girl, a very high-pitched squeal. It was horrifying.
At the front, his teeth look like they've all been separated. His jaw's coming forward and then he's got some teeth there and some teeth at the back.
Leslie and Lucy have owned their other dog Diesel for 6 years. Now they've been forced to make a heartbreaking decision.
I'm really worried that he might bite someone. So I've sent him to my sister, so she's going to look after him. Well, it's better to be safe than sorry, and I mean, there was probably only the other alternative, and I couldn't do that.
Oh, no. Did you get beaten up? Hey? Dear, what's he done? I know.
It's obvious that he's got a broken jaw. It's just a matter of exactly how it's broken, how many pieces it's in. I'm a little worried that it's going to be smashed, and I just don't know what we're going to do if there's no bone there for me to put pins into. Big brute of a mastiff.
Kind of... Oh, darling. Oh, sweetheart. No, it's not that bad.
It's a really nasty little fracture. In a way, he's lucky that's all that's happened, because if the dog had bitten him a little further back, he might have punctured his brain and that'd be the end of it. I'm going to try and put some pins in the front here, but that bone's it's pretty soft. I don't know how much holding power we'll get, but we'll see. Poor little bugger. The front part of his jaw has just been crushed. There's just not a lot for me to work with here, so it's a challenge. He's going to be on jelly and ice cream for a while. The fracture's not stable yet, so we're just going to connect up these pins with this putty, and then it'll form one sort of solid frame. Once we've got the putty on the pins, that's the critical bit, because once that sets, we can't move it. So now the whole jaw is working as one, and there's no wobble in it anymore. There's a bit of swelling in here, partly as a result of the pins going in, and that's going to be a little bit of concern for us. So we'll have to watch him pretty carefully for the next couple of hours as he's waking up.
Oh, little one.
It's been 3 hours since the delicate surgery on Napoleon's shattered jaw. Finally, the little pug has recovered enough to be allowed a visit from owners Leslie and Lucy.
It'll be a bit of a shock for you, because he's got this sort of contraption on his face.
Oh, there you go. I know. There you go. Say hello to your mum.
Oh my God. What have you got on your face?
Yes.
Just really sad to see all that round his face. It's just so little.
The operation has been a success, but Napoleon will have to be fed by syringe for at least the next 3 weeks.
So you just give him a slow little trickle, just like you would feeding a baby, really.
I really didn't expect him to survive. I really didn't. Now look at him, huh? Now look at him.
Isn't he just the cutest?
Give it a bit of a lick, yeah.
Righto, Napoleon. Oh, you having a sleep, mate? It's time to go home.
Just 3 days after surgery to fix his fractured jaw, Napoleon has made a remarkable recovery.
Here we go. Go home to your mum.
It looks really confronting, but the fracture's now stable, it can't move anywhere, and he's much more comfortable. He's a much happier little guy. You've got a Chris Brown jaw now. Come on, we'll take you home.
Outside, a relieved Leslie and Lucy are arriving to pick up their baby pug. But despite the great result,
come on, little work. We'll find your mum.
There's a lingering sadness for Leslie. It was her other dog Diesel who attacked Napoleon, and she's been forced to find him a new home.
I've had Diesel for 7 years, and I know I'm going to cry. And I've had to give him to my sister. When the little fella gets older, I'll probably try and get them to be friends again.
Who's that?
Hello.
Come to get you, little
You're coming home.
It will take at least 3 weeks before Napoleon can finally get rid of that annoying scaffolding.
Napoleon's really come out of this pretty well, considering, you know, if he'd have been bitten 2 centimetres further back in his head, he'd be dead.
We picked her up on Saturday from a breeder in Canberra. Brought her home. The first day she was very bouncy, playing with everything, but then she's gone downhill from there.
9-week-old Kiko is being admitted to the Bondi Referral Hospital, SASH. The tiny Japanese Spitz puppy is suffering severe vomiting and diarrhoea.
Mark's been sleeping next to her at night time, and I've been having
Because we
time
thought
off
maybe
work.
distress was one of the problems, because she would cry a lot at night.
Worried owners Nicole and Mark have only had Kiko for 5 days.
Hello, Kiko. Now, what's been going on with her?
Brought her home on Sunday. She cried all night, but Mark slept next to her.
Yep.
She had 3 meals on Monday. She slept in the bathroom, but she was very distressed. She peed in her bed, and she still had diarrhoea.
Nicole and Mark are very devoted parents. Kiko is their first baby. Nicole's been keeping a diary of her. They've hired babysitters. They are really proud parents, but unfortunately now they're very worried parents because Kiko's got a big fight ahead of her.
Dehydration can be a killer in a dog of her size. Basically, all the fluid's been sucked out of her body and been lost in her diarrhoea and vomit. And if we don't treat that, it can cause her body basically to shut down.
I'll give that another go.
Lisa is taking a blood sample from the terrified Kiko.
Oh, he's a good girl.
You just want to cuddle.
All right, let's check what her glucose is.
She's hoping it will confirm her suspicion the puppy is suffering an extreme case of gastroenteritis.
Oh, that's low. She's got a blood glucose of 1.4. With a blood sugar that low at the moment, that would cause signs of exactly what she's doing now, so really flat, lethargic. If it drops lower, if it drops below 1, she's going to be at risk of seizures.
Lisa's now administering glucose into Kiko's IV drip, but she must go very slowly.
Puppies are such fragile little things. I mean, we are so much bigger than them. She's 1.4 kilos, so we've got to be so careful with the amount of drugs we give her, the amount of fluids we give her. Everything has to be exact because there is so little room for error with these guys. This has suddenly got much more serious for little Kiko. Initially, I thought it was just a fairly non-specific gastroenteritis, and now she's got actually one of the horrible complications of gastro, which is low protein.
Lisa's hoping a plasma transfusion will stop the puppy's fragile system from shutting down.
Plasma is the clear part of the blood with the red cells taken out, and it's got lots of protein in it, and we give it to her through her IV catheter as a drip, and hopefully that will increase the levels. Because Kiko is so small, she only needs 14 mils of plasma. Most dogs will need a whole bag of it, and I have to just give her such a tiny amount because she's so little. There you go. Got your plasma. We've got so much tubing going on here. Basically, she's getting her fluids with her glucose and she's having a plasma transfusion. We're not going to really know much until a few hours' time, and I'm really hoping that what we're doing makes a difference. Hey, little mouse. Do you want a bit of chicken?
A few hours later, and Kiko's plasma transfusion is starting to work.
Somebody loves chicken, come here. This is exactly what I wanted. It's the most important thing for her to get better is for her to eat and keep it down. So fingers crossed that that stays in her tummy.
It will be a slow recovery as Kiko's body heals. Concerned owners Mark and Nicole won't be taking their puppy home tonight.
Hello, you look better. You look better.
Still looks quite unsure of her surroundings and everything, doesn't she?
Yeah, no, she's. It's very scary for her to be here and so. Oopsie. Oh, that was the last thing.
I just had a heart attack.
So did I. Oh, no flying off tables, huh? You don't need broken legs as well.
I guess I just started to think about when I've had gastro. No, it's revolting. So, you just hang in there, baby girl.
It's been a roller coaster for this little girl, and sadly Kiko won't be going home until I'm certain that she's recovered from this. She just needs a little bit more time. And then you'll beat it, hey? Yeah. Good girl.
Bye, Piggy.
Bye, little puppy.
With Mark and Nicole gone, an anti-nausea injection is all too much for the dejected puppy.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're really gonna hate me. Are we friends? Are we friends?
Little Kiko has fought a life-threatening case of gastroenteritis and finally won.
She's just turned the corner. She's done a formed stool, which is excellent. There's been no more vomiting. She's been eating really well. And yeah, she's ready to go home. It's great. Look who's there!
Oh, hello, puppy. I'm coming home. You want your picture taken with the vet?
Go to your saviour.
The evil vet, so I've been labelled.
No, it's just Mike stirring you up.
You get cuddles?
She's a nice lady vet.
Everyone who's going to play with her for the next week is going to get Dettol hand rub first. Brilliant.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thanks again. See ya.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny Busek. If you love our show and want to see more amazing stories from the Bondi Vet team, just hit the subscribe button. Click that little notification bell and we'll see you for our next video.